When muscle shrinks with age, the first loss is not strength. It is stability. You start to sway. You hesitate on stairs. You avoid going out. A small stumble becomes a fall. A fall becomes a fracture. And a fracture can become months in bed. The goal of this script is not fear. It is practical direction how to build meals and daily routines that keep muscles working, balanced, steady, and life independent. Older bodies do not respond to protein the same way younger bodies do. You can eat the same portion and still lose muscle, because the body becomes less efficient at using protein for repair. This is sometimes described as anabolic resistance. The solution is not simply more expensive meat. The solution is creating a context where protein is absorbed, delivered, and used through timing, food pairing, hydration, light, and movement. Start by dropping common myths. Myth 1, eating a lot of meat automatically builds muscle. Myth 2, if digestion is weak, protein is impossible. Myth 3, porridge or plain rice is enough for energy. Myth 4, drinking less water protects the kidneys and prevents night urination. Myth 5, exercise only counts if it is intense. These myths push seniors toward the same outcome. Less movement, less appetite, less muscle, more falls. The first rule is distribution. Muscle-building signals turn on when protein arrives in repeated pulses across the day. A single large serving is less efficient than smaller, consistent servings. The second rule is pairing. Protein works better with fiber-rich foods that steady blood sugar, and with a small amount of healthy fat that improves satiety and nutrient absorption. The third rule is order. The order of foods changes glucose and insulin responses, and those responses influence how well amino acids enter muscle cells. Breakfast matters because the body has fasted overnight. If breakfast is skipped or replaced by coffee alone, the body may break down muscle tissue to meet energy needs. Seniors often say, "I have no appetite in the morning." That is exactly why breakfast must be simple, warm, and easy to digest yet still include protein. A reliable breakfast template is tofu, plus warm whole grain porridge, finished with a tiny drizzle of sesame or perilla oil. Tofu is soft, digestible, and provides high-quality protein. Warm grains provide gentle energy that prevents protein from being burned as fuel. A small amount of oil supports satiety and helps certain nutrients absorb. If tofu is not preferred, unsweetened soy products can play a similar role. Whole grains like oats and barley are helpful because their soluble fiber supports steadier glucose responses after meals. Stable post-meal glucose makes it easier for the body to use nutrients for repair, rather than for emergency energy. Choose simple forms without added sugar. Cook them softer if chewing is difficult. For lunch and dinner, use a one-bowl formula to keep it realistic. 1 protein, 2 fiber-rich plants, 1 healthy fat, and 1 antioxidant booster. Barley rice can be the base. Add bean sprouts and leafy vegetables, then top with an egg, fish, or tofu. Finish with seaweed, sesame, or a small spoon of perilla oil. This approach is not expensive and does not require many side dishes. Protein choices should prioritize digestion and consistency. For many seniors, fish, eggs, tofu, beans, and plain yogurt are easier than large portions of red meat. If there are medical restrictions, kidney disease, cholesterol concerns, medication interactions, adjustments should be made with a clinician. Nutrition is not one size fits all. Food order can be a powerful low-effort tool. Start with protein, then vegetables, then carbohydrates. This slows the rise of blood sugar, increases fullness, and reduces the chance that protein will be used as quick fuel. It also naturally increases chewing time, improving digestion. Hydration is muscle support. Muscles are largely water. Dehydration reduces muscle performance and can increase cramps and fatigue. Many seniors feel less thirst, so waiting for thirst is unreliable. Drinking less water can concentrate urine and increase kidney strain. The safer strategy is timing drink more earlier in the day and avoid large amounts late at night. Movement is not the same as exercise. Muscles maintain themselves when they receive frequent signals to work. Chair stands, heel raises while holding a counter, slow indoor walking after meals, gentle stretching, these are signals. Repetition matters more than intensity. A few minutes after each meal can be enough to change the body's direction over weeks. Sunlight supports vitamin D, and vitamin D supports muscle function and balance. A brief morning exposure by a window or a short, safe walk can help. Light also anchors the body clock, improving sleep. Sleep is when the body performs deep repair. Poor sleep weakens muscles and cognition. Good sleep makes every nutrition choice more effective. Muscle health and brain health are connected. Lower muscle mass often correlates with reduced activity, poorer circulation, more inflammation, and worse. Sleep all factors that can worsen memory and attention. Protecting muscles is also protecting mental clarity. That is why routines must include both food and daily rhythm. Avoid overly long overnight fasting. While intermittent fasting may help some younger adults, seniors can lose muscle when the fasting window is too long. A small, simple evening snack can reduce overnight catabolism. A small piece of banana, plain yogurt, or half an egg. Keep it early enough to digest comfortably. Add small chewing elements to meals if possible. Very soft diets can reduce oral activity and sensory stimulation. Gentle chewing soft cooked vegetables, seaweed, small amounts of nuts. Ground or chopped can be a practical compromise. Safety and fall prevention belong in the plan. Reduce slippery surfaces at home, improve night lighting, keep frequently used items within easy reach, and stand up slowly if dizziness occurs. If dizziness is frequent, medication side effects or blood pressure issues may be involved and should be discussed with a clinician. A realistic grocery list: tofu, beans or unsweetened soy products, eggs, fish fresh, frozen or canned, oats or barley, mixed grains, bean sprouts, leafy greens, seaweed, plain yogurt, bananas, cucumber and cabbage soups or watery vegetables, small amounts of sesame perilla oil, sesame seeds, and a small portion of nuts. These foods are affordable and flexible. Make cooking easier by using simple preparation. Parboil bean sprouts once and store. Cook barley rice and freeze in portions. Slice tofu into ready servings. Keep seaweed and sesame as quick toppers. The goal is not perfect cooking, it is uninterrupted rhythm. Finally, remember that the body responds to repeated signals. One meal does not rebuild muscle, but 2 weeks of consistent signals can change appetite, energy, and stability. Start small, add one protein item at breakfast. Take a short walk after meals, and drink water in small portions during the day. That is enough to begin moving away from falls and toward independence. Troubleshooting is essential. If beans cause bloating, start with smaller portions, soak longer, cook thoroughly, and pair with warm foods. If tofu texture is disliked, pan-sear. Lightly season with seaweed or mix into soups. If morning appetite is low, begin with a warm drink and a few bites of protein, then gradually increase. If constipation appears, increase water earlier in the day and choose cooked vegetables and soluble fiber. If swelling is an issue, review salt intake and discuss with a clinician. A weekly structure reduces decision fatigue. Rotate breakfast proteins: tofu on Monday, eggs on Tuesday, fish on Wednesday, yogurt on Thursday, beans on Friday, tofu again on Saturday, and a mixed option on Sunday. Keep the formula stable while changing flavors. Lunch can be the main one-bowl meal, and dinner can be lighter, but still protein-containing. Do not chase extreme targets. Seniors often need steady, moderate protein distributed across meals, not giant portions at night. Pair protein with fiber and a small amount of fat. Keep carbohydrates but reduce refined sweets. The goal is stable energy and steady repair. Simple movement progressions can be built safely. Week 1, after each meal, stand and walk inside for 3 to 5 minutes. Week 2, add chair stands 5 repetitions, twice a day. Week 3, add heel raises 10 repetitions while holding support. Week 4, add light stretching for hips and ankles. Small progressions reduce injury risk and improve adherence. Sleep protection rules help muscle repair. Keep wake time consistent. Get morning light. Avoid long naps late in the day. Keep the last large meal earlier. If nighttime urination wakes you, shift. Fluid intake earlier rather than cutting total intake. If sleep issues persist, discuss with a clinician. Nutrition should respect medical reality. People with kidney disease may need tailored protein and potassium intake. People on blood thinners should be consistent with vitamin K foods. People with diabetes should emphasize food order and avoid sugary beverages. This script provides general guidance, not medical diagnosis. Here are common questions and practical answers. If appetite is low, focus on warmth and familiar flavor. Warm soups, mild seaweed aroma, toasted sesame, and gentle. Grains can make it easier to eat enough protein. Avoid turning flavor into heavy salt use aroma and temperature instead. Adjust the plan to your situation rather than quitting. You can follow the principles even with convenience foods. Choose unsweetened, low-sodium, simple ingredient items. Pair a ready oat porridge with tofu, or combine boiled eggs with vegetables and a small portion of grains. Add warm water or tea if you lack soup. Use simple examples to apply the principles immediately. Snacks should meet 3 rules. Not sugary, include a little protein or fiber, and not trigger overeating. Choose plain yogurt, a small portion of fruit, or a few. Nuts, not a large handful. The purpose is to reduce long-fasting stress, not to replace meals. Prepare backups for days when cooking is hard. If pain limits movement, use low-impact signals. Seated ankle circles, gentle thigh. Contractions, supported mini squats, and slow indoor walking are valid. Consistency beats intensity, especially in the beginning. Add storage and preparation tips to reduce effort. Measure progress by function rather than weight. Notice chair stand ease, walking confidence, stair tolerance, bowel regularity, and nighttime waking. Better function often comes before visible body changes. Include adjustment rules for different body conditions. Tracking does not need to be detailed. Mark whether you had protein at breakfast, vegetables at lunch, an early dinner, and divided water intake. Seeing the pattern helps you adjust without guilt. The most common failure is perfectionism. One bad day does not erase progress. The body responds to repeated direction. Restart at the next meal with one rule, and the rhythm continues. Foot and ankle routines support balance. Toe spreads, gentle foot massage, and ankle mobility can improve sensory feedback and stability. Balance is not only leg strength, it is also good information from the feet. Use toppings to add protein easily. Seaweed, sesame, eggs, tofu crumbles, and bean sprouts can turn a simple bowl into a balanced meal without extra cooking. Choose soups that add fluid and minerals. If drinking water is hard, change the temperature and timing. Lukewarm water may be easier than cold. Use triggers before medication, after meals, before leaving home. Small, repeated sips work better than large chugs. Snacks should meet 3 rules: not sugary, include a little protein. Deep adaptation and aging muscle. As the body ages, adaptation becomes slower but not impossible. Muscle cells still respond to signals. When those signals are consistent and gentle rather than extreme. The key principle is not intensity but frequency. Small daily actions accumulate and gradually change how the body allocates energy and repairs tissue. When meals, movement, hydration, and sleep follow predictable rhythms, the body begins to conserve and rebuild rather than merely maintain. This shift does not require perfect discipline. It requires repeated direction, metabolism, and energy allocation. In older adults, the body becomes more selective about where energy is used. When protein intake is irregular or insufficient, the body may prioritize immediate energy needs over long-term repair. That means amino acids from food can be burned for fuel instead of being used to rebuild muscle fibers. To prevent this, meals should provide a steady stream of nutrients that allow the body to feel safe investing in repair. Stable glucose levels, gentle movement after meals, and sufficient hydration all signal that resources are available for rebuilding rather than survival. Digestive efficiency and absorption. Digestion changes with age. Stomach acid may decrease, chewing may become slower, and appetite signals may weaken. This does not mean that protein becomes unusable. It means that preparation and timing become more important. Soft textures, warm temperatures, and familiar flavors help stimulate digestive processes. Smaller portions eaten more frequently often lead to better absorption than large, heavy meals. Eating slowly and maintaining a calm environment during meals can improve both digestion and satisfaction. The role of routine in physical stability. Routine is often underestimated in its ability to protect health. When daily actions follow predictable patterns, the nervous system becomes more efficient and less stressed. Reduced stress improves sleep quality, hormone balance, and tissue repair. A consistent wake time, regular meal, timing, and brief daily movement sessions create a stable internal environment. Over time, this stability supports both physical strength and mental clarity. Environmental support for healthy aging. The environment around a person can either support or hinder physical resilience. Simple adjustments such as adequate lighting, accessible storage, and non-slip flooring reduce the risk of falls and encourage movement. A well-organized kitchen makes it easier to prepare balanced meals. Comfortable seating that supports posture can reduce joint strain and make standing movements easier. Small environmental changes can have large effects. On daily confidence and independence, cognitive engagement and physical health. Mental engagement supports physical health more than many people realize. Activities that require attention, coordination, and mild problem-solving stimulate neural pathways connected to movement and balance. Reading, light conversation, music, and gentle hobbies can all enhance the brain's ability to coordinate the body. When cognitive engagement is paired with physical activity, the benefits multiply. A short walk combined with mindful observation or simple planning can reinforce both mental and physical function. Hydration strategies for consistency. Many older adults struggle with maintaining adequate hydration. Instead of focusing on large amounts of water at once, it is more effective to build hydration into daily routines. Small sips taken regularly throughout the day. Maintain fluid balance without overwhelming the bladder. Warm beverages can be easier to tolerate than cold ones. Incorporating fluid-rich foods, such as soups and watery vegetables, adds hydration without requiring additional effort. Seasonal adjustments. Different seasons require different strategies. In colder months, maintaining warmth becomes essential for circulation. And joint comfort. Warm meals and beverages support digestion and comfort. In warmer months, lighter meals and increased fluid intake help. Regulate body temperature. Adjusting routines slightly with the seasons prevents unnecessary strain and maintains consistency. Social support and motivation. Human connection influences health behaviors. Sharing meals, walking with a companion, or simply discussing daily routines with others can reinforce consistency. Social interaction stimulates appetite, improves mood, and increases adherence to healthy habits. Even minimal social contact can have meaningful effects on overall well-being. Long-term perspective. Health improvements in later life often occur gradually. Visible changes may take weeks or months, but functional improvements can appear sooner. Standing from a chair more easily, walking with greater confidence, or sleeping more deeply are early indicators of positive change. Focusing on these functional markers rather than appearance keeps motivation strong and realistic. Resilience through consistency. The body responds to direction rather than perfection. Consistency builds resilience. Each balanced meal, each brief movement session, and each night of restorative sleep contributes to a stronger, more stable foundation. Over time, these small actions accumulate into meaningful improvements in strength, balance, and independence. The goal is not to reverse aging, but to age with strength, clarity, and confidence. Advanced daily rhythm example. Morning begins with gentle light exposure and hydration. A warm, protein-inclusive breakfast follows. Midday includes a balanced meal and brief movement. Afternoon emphasizes hydration and light activity. Evening focuses on a lighter meal and preparation for restful sleep. This rhythm can be adjusted for individual preferences, but should remain predictable and sustainable. Maintaining momentum. Motivation often fluctuates, but momentum can be maintained through simplicity. When routines are straightforward and realistic, they require less decision-making and less willpower. Preparing ingredients in advance, setting reminders for hydration, and creating comfortable movement spaces at home reduce barriers to consistency. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence reinforces routine. Conclusion. Aging does not eliminate the body's ability to adapt. It simply changes the speed and sensitivity of adaptation. By providing consistent signals through nutrition, movement, hydration, and rest, it is possible to maintain strength and independence for many years. Each day offers an opportunity to reinforce stability and vitality. The body responds to what is repeated most often. Choose signals that support strength, balance, and clarity, and the body will gradually move in that direction.